Michael Yow Show.
And now you're actually helping people in the business world with negotiating. I read a couple stories in your book where you help people get raises, and that's the toughest thing. Is if you don't, like, I'm in the industry, so we have an agent that goes back and forth, but a lot of people don't have somebody to speak for them, so they got to be in that boss's office negotiating themselves, which is a terrible situation, I would think, to be in.
Well, we don't help people get raises. We help people make life-changing deals.
Yes.
And that is not the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Because, and we get this weekly, I mean, literally weekly, which is a cool thing. You make a life-changing deal that also makes your boss better off. That's how it sticks. That's how they're on your side. That's how they propel your career forward. A raise, that helps you, go from a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But that ain't gonna build your life. You got to build your life within your company. You got to build your company with your company. And 9 times out of 10, which means 1 time out of 10, it ain't going to go well because they're not going to reward you. What does that mean? That means you move on. You move on to somebody that will reward you. When I was teaching at USC, I taught in business school at USC, negotiation classes. And I remember one young lady stood up and said, I'm in a company that's notorious for not paying women as much as men. How do I get a better deal with them because they don't pay women as much? And I said, all right, so I'm gonna react as your dad, your brother, your husband right now instead. Quit. Here's the problem: if they're not paying women as much as they're paying men, they're going the way of the dodo. That's stupid. That's inherently dumb. 40% of the Fortune 500 is going to turn over in 10 years, and I'm here to tell you that company that you deal with, if they're that stupid, they're going bankrupt, and you need to get out of there and work with someone that does want to reward you. If I was your dad and you said, Dad, how do I get my boyfriend to stop beating me? I'm going to say to you, go find a better boyfriend.
Yeah.
If you're someplace where they're underpaying based on any surface characteristic, gender, ethnicity, anything, I'm here to tell you that's a lousy company. They're going bankrupt. And they are sucking the life out of you in the meantime. Now, you're going to leave them eventually one way or the other. The sooner you leave, the better off you are. You can wait till they go bankrupt or they get bought out, but you're going to waste an awful lot of your life in the meantime.
I was in a position where I was at a job and it was paying so well. And my wife knew I was spinning my wheels. I knew when I was there, I wasn't moving forward or doing what I love or going after my dream. But my family was very comfortable doing, me in this position of this job. And then when I got out of it, I couldn't imagine life was life has been so good.
Wow.
Just when you get out of it, because, they always say, go for what you love, but also you're like, well, I got to pay the bills too. So you run into that problem where I got to feed my family. I got 2 kids now. I can't just walk off and have no money. But then when you finally do it, you find income for some reason finds you when you need it. And you actually growing a brand that you own. Like after reading your book and after talking to like David Goggins, Joe Rogan, people that really pump you up to go after your life, and really get it. It's a thing where I don't want to build your brand. I want to build my brand.
Yeah, man. And if you haven't done that before, it's hard to see what's on the other side. That's the scary part because it looks blank. And it's the unknown. And unfortunately, we're sort of taught the devil known is better than the unknown. But if the unknown on the other side is a trade up, I mean, you trade it up, man.
Yeah.
And I saw that stuff about you. I mean, I thought, first of all, ridiculously admire your relationship with your wife. It sounds like, from what I've seen, you guys got a great relationship. You're on each other's side.
She's everything. Thank you.
And then to go to the bride and say, hey, baby, I got an idea. I'm going to make less money.
You tell me about it. She was like, okay, but she's ride or die. And it kind of like what your book said, you got to find people that just want to take this journey with you. You got to get rid of all the other people. And, the one thing that I learned in your book is you need to put yourself in the right position. So when you do need to negotiate, your asset, it's almost like you're too valuable to lose. So instead of just asking for that raise, like you said, oh, can I be a partner? let me be a partner. I remember when I had dinner with Kobe Bryant, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember I asked him, what's the worst mistake in your career you've made? He goes, you know what the worst mistake I made is? All these people paid me millions of dollars to be the face of their brand when I should have been asking to be a partner in every one of the brands that endorse me. He says, that's my biggest mistake on the sports side. So it was interesting hearing little things like that from different people, and to read your book and know how to put yourself in a better position and know how to talk to someone that you actually need something from, but also you're offering something they can't get from anybody else.